This is first episode of You Can't Handle the Real Mans. This is your host, Major Alexander, aka the bad guy, and longtime friend here.
Coach T. aka Coach T.
Oh shit. Anyway, man, so we created this platform, man, to be able to have some conversations with coaches, players, as far as this genre of it, as far as youth football and all that, have some real conversations that ain't about myths, but actual great information for parents, great information for coaches. The episode 2 is going to be on the 3-4 defense, and we're going to have a lot of good minds, great minds for coaches on here, from youth coaches and some guys that's been doing it at a high level for a long time. With that being said, man, we're gonna do a little segue real quick, man, before we bring Cleo in. That's the guest of honor today for the first episode. First episode being the standard, and there is no greater standard in Central Texas than in the Waco Southern Panthers. You probably can't find an organization that has the type of longevity that the Waco Southern Panthers have. They've been in existence for what is that 42 years?
Yeah.
42 years of continued service to the Waco community since 1982. I was 1 year old. They just turned 1 year old, so these guys have been doing it for a long time, man. For a very long time.
Very long time. I was in elementary school in 82.
You what?
I was in elementary school in 82.
Oh shit. I was just fresh off a 1 year birthday. All right, so with that, what we got? You know, we got some guy, we got Hawk sitting in the lobby. And Cleo will be on in a minute. What's up, man? We live, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, ain't nothing much, man. We're gonna bring Cleo on in a minute, man, and get this thing popped lock. We started a little bit early to kind of get the intros out of the way. When everybody do kind of start hopping on here, then it'll be just all of the stuff with Cleo, and anybody want to see anything we said before then, they can go back and watch the first 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Sound good,
man. All right. So we got about 2 minutes till Cleo pop on, man. I know you from Waco. What do you mean about these Southern Panthers out there?
From the tidbit that I got when I jumped on and I heard you speak, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, you definitely did a excellent in your background research, the research department, to find out about the Southern Panthers, man. They've been doing it 40 plus years strong, very strong, and had some outstanding athletes actually make it pro. But the Southern Panthers was their beginning. I think one of the main names that ring a bell is LaDainian Thomas. LaDainian Thomas actually played for the Southern Panthers. Coming out of Waco. Oh yeah. LaDainian Thomas, he played for them. It's once Cleo jump on and you start asking him questions, I'm pretty sure he can give you itinerary or list of athletes that came through the Southern Panthers that did some great things, man. But for a youth organization to be around for 40 plus years, man, that's an excellent staple to hold on to, man. That's pretty powerful, because that's a rarity. That's an absolutely rarity right there.
So we got the man himself waiting in the green room, man. So we're gonna bring you down and bring him up. So just stand by, man. You can stay in the green room or you can go to the chat. It's up to you, man.
You can put me in you can put me off camera. I don't know is that in the chat or if that's in the green room or wherever.
Green room.
Just put me in the green room and I'm gonna be following y'all along. I'll be following along, and when you need me, I'll jump back on.
All right. If it's not already shared into the parents page, share it into the parents page. The man, the myth, the legend. What's going on, Mr. Cleo?
What's good, man? What's good? What's good? How y'all guys doing today, man? I appreciate y'all having me on your show, man. It's an honor.
Hey, man, I appreciate you agreeing to pop on, man. I had to get the best in here, man, and by far, it's just like that banner says. I didn't even know y'all had been doing it this long, man.
Yeah, man. We coming in on 42 years, man. Coming in this thing 42 years. We actually had a 40th year anniversary 2 years ago that we actually did real big. And man, we just feel like that we got to continue to live under our owner, Coach McDaniel's legacy, man, and continue to live through his legacy.
All right, man. So go ahead and give the folks a little bit of background. I got your banner up right now as far as you graduated from Howard Payne, you're the president of the Waco Southern Panthers. But tell the folks about it. Anything else you want them to know about yourself and the organization?
Man, just to let you know a rundown. I don't know how much time I got, but just to let you know a little rundown about myself and the Waco Southern Panthers organization. Man, I'm one of the veterans of the Waco Southern Panthers. Man, like I say, my Coach McDaniel's, which was the owner, along with my mother. Both of them passed away 2 or 3 years ago. So I came up through the Waco Southern Panthers. At 6 years old, I'm going on finna be 45 years old coming up in July. So that tells you how long the organization has been around. I actually aged out of the organization, went to University High School. If a lot of you guys on the platform know that I'm a big advocate of Waco University. So during the youth days, I'm repping maroon and white. After hours, I'm repping purple and white, So I graduated from University High School in 1997. If you guys don't know anything about Waco University, one of the Hall of Famers came out of Waco University, which is LaDainian Thomason. That's a good buddy of mine that still gives back to the Waco Southern Panthers every year. That's a close friend of mine. We actually came up through the Waco Southern Panthers, went to University Middle School, and then University High School. He parted ways, went to TCU. I played ball at Howard Payne University, got my degree in sociology. To this day, I've been working with at-risk youth going on 25 years. So, right now I work with at-risk youth, the juveniles, the kids that are on parole. So, and then after hours, that's why I try to make sure that the kids if you guys know anything about Waco, man, it's a pretty tough area to work in or live in, just going off a stat came up today in the last 3 days, last 48 hours, we done had three murders in the last 48 hours. So I live on the south side of Waco, so it's a pretty known neighborhood. So the Waco Southern Panthers, I say 90% of my kids are low income kids, single household parents. So us coaches, in the organization, we are their father figures for majority of them. If a parent needs us, we're here 365 days. We do pop-ups at the school. It ain't all about football with us. It's all about raising these young men or these student athletes to grow up to be successful young men in society. So that's just a quick rundown of me coming up through the organization and up to this moment.
Man, you got the stage today, man. So you can give whatever information you give. This is highlighting yourself and the Waco Southern Panthers organization. Like I said, the first episode is called The Standard, and y'all have completely set the standard for youth football and youth organizations in the state of Texas. I don't even think it can be argued.
And I appreciate you guys, man. We have a motto in our organization, man. How can how can you touch what you can't see? And what we mean by that is, man, we try to show our kids that it's bigger than football. Like I told you, most of our kids they'll never leave the south side of Waco. So that's why we take our kids to other cities, other states. We one of the organizations. We've been blessed to be in AAU coming up on 7 years. Um, Majority of our kids they've played in Las Vegas. They've played in Little Rock, Arkansas. We've taken them to Orlando, Florida, to play at nationals. So if we've never taken those kids out of Waco, Texas, they've probably wouldn't have never seen the bigger picture and let them know that there is bigger goals that can be achieved. And just
Leo,
getting out.
you done took your kids to Vegas. I ain't never been to Vegas.
Oh man, hey man, that's a sight to see, man. It's a sight to see, man. We took our kids down. Matter of fact, Coach Gamble and his crew, we sent those kids down there this year, and that's an 8U group that we took down there this year. 2 years ago, we took a 12U group and a 10U group down there. So, man, if you ain't been to Vegas, it's a sight to see, man.
Hey man, you got 8-year-olds done been to Vegas, and I ain't never been, and I'm 42 years old. I'm feeling some type of way right now.
No, man,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's good for the kids, man. Like you said, you give kids exposure to something different, right? Get them out the state, get them out the country, right? Get them out the city, and they see it. They see something different. They know, you know what? I can work hard. I can get out of here. I can get out of this situation. Then once I make it, do like LT do. Come back, give back to the organization, and you keep that cycle going, man. I like what y'all got going on. I really didn't know that. I knew you guys did some similar things to what you were saying, but I didn't know you guys did all that, man. Much respect. We were trying to do that with the Killeen Cowboys back when we were doing that. Some of the same things that you were doing, pulling up at school, calling parents, hey, if you got any issues, hey, what's going on? What's his grade point? Along with the grades, we wanted to know, what's he like at home? Is he respectful at home? Does he do his chores? Does he do his tasks? Because like you said, a lot of these kids, they come from a single parent home, whether it's the one father or whether it's the one mother, they're still missing one or the other, right? And, us as men, we got to fill that role. And a lot of these coaches, right? And I'm not going to get on that soapbox, man. I'm not. But a lot of these coaches, they step into that role and they don't want to do all of that. They just want to have the rah, rah, rah of I win, and this is what I did. It's more than about X's and O's on the football field. So much respect to what y'all got going on, bro.
I think you got a leg. Think you might be muted, Cleo.
You muted?
Hold on. Shouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
That's bad.
Yeah. Can you hear us now, man? Hold on. I'm gonna have to drop him and bring him back in. It's crazy. I'm gonna drop you down and bring you back in. You can hear me.
Drop him out.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, it's still doing that, man.
It's still doing it?
Yeah, it's still doing it. It's always something, man.
Sorry, folks, got some technical issues at this time. Did a couple of dry runs. Thought we had the problem fixed. Guess not.
This happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, I know, man. But
these networks be unstable sometimes, but it happens.
all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back
You
on.
back now? All right.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
We got- All right, man. So sorry about that. You know, we can't do nothing about this internet.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, it's all good. But man, yeah, like I was saying, man, when I first got into this coaching deal about 13 years ago, man, I was one of those coaches that came in. It was hoo and ha and all. It was all about the wins for me. But now the older and everything that I've seen, man, it's not about the wins. It's about getting these kids prepared for the future, man. You know, because at the end of the day, they say it's less than 1% that's gonna make it to play
Right.
college football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what are we doing as coaches to get these kids prepared for college football? Right now, we working on these kids right now. The kids that I have that are aged out, it's the class of 2027 kids. So right now they're 15 years old. So they aged out 3 years ago. We have what's called a college readiness program for them. Most of them are freshmen right now. Some of them don't have a Twitter that's set up. Some of them don't know what an NCAA number is. They don't know any of that. So myself and a couple of other coaches, Coach Larry, Coach Cyrus, Coach Nichols, on March the 10th, we'll be doing a session here at one of the churches for some of those kids to get them prepared and put them on the platform to just show them, hey, this is what you need to do. You know, this is how you need to do it. And then at the end of the day, it's up to them to continue to try to manage that Twitter or to try to manage that. You know what I mean? But if we don't do it as their coaches, they came up through our organization. If we don't do that as coaches, we got to at least say that we tried to help these young men succeed, you know, past youth football, you know.
So one thing I always like to do, you know, when I coach is make sure the kids actually know that you care, past the game type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The best part about coaching that I always is just being around the kids.
Just being around the kids.
Yeah.
Being around the kids and showing them that somebody actually cares about them. Because you never know what somebody's going through at home. And you might be the one person that keeping that kid afloat.
Yeah.
Because just because things look good when they get dropped off don't mean that they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not to peer into anybody else's lives. You just got to do your part in your, you know, whatever part of that kid's growth that you step into, whether it's you with them as an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I done ran into so many kids along the years where they was like, hey, coach, I appreciate how you used to push me. It helped me out, you know, a little down the line when I started hitting some adversity. You know, when I got in certain situations, I could hear your voice in my head telling me to keep going type stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, we're going to get into these questions now, man, if you're ready for them.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. You know, like I told you, it's a freestyle for me because it's easy. I don't write anything down because when you live in this life on a daily basis, it's a story.
What is he doing over there?
Uh-huh.
He getting phone calls. That's what it is. You got a phone call, didn't you?
Can you hear us?
I had to turn mine and my notifications off and everything.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That's got to be what it is.
Y'all hold on, man. I'm trying to get this.
I had to put mine on Do Not Disturb.
What phone?
Yeah.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We got you.
I don't think he can hear us.
You can't hear us? Yeah, I think that's what it is.
All right, we got to work on that too. Hold up.
You just got to tell people when they come in to put their phone on Do Not Disturb. Oh, no. No, man, we go. We're gonna bring you out and come back in, man. Yeah. Yeah. See, mine has been pretty good because I put it on Do Not Disturb, so I ain't got no notifications or nothing pop up. But that used to happen to me when I did lives on TikTok. The notifications will mess up the
they sure will.
The damn shit.
I should be messing my truck up. I have my shit connected to my phone, man.
Back, man. I'm back.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know, hey, it's that first episode, man. We'll get to the bottom of it though.
Oh, yeah. We get everything worked out, man. It'll get smooth as it go along.
Oh yeah. But go ahead, I'm ready.
All right, here we go, man. We popped the first one up here for you.
All right, Coach. What's the current status of your organization, and what does the future look like going forward?
Current status of my organization, Waco Southern Panthers, man. We're going on 42 years. We'll be going back to AAU this year. For going into the 7th year, 6U flag, 8U tackle, 10U tackle, 12U tackle, and then we also have our cheerleader ladies. We actually have our first early registration coming up March 10th at Kendrick Park. The future looks real good. Long as the man upstairs keep me on this earth. You know, I'm the man that run the show with a lot of people that back me. So long as the man upstairs keep me on this earth, the Waco Southern Panthers will continue to roll.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Nope, no. Sorry. Wrong one. You got mixed up. There you go.
All right, Coach. What's one thing you can tell parents about your organization and your coaches to give them confidence in choosing to be a part of the Waco Southern Panthers organization?
Man, that's easy. That's too easy, man. It's the 6-letter word, family. Hey, man, the Waco Southern Panthers, man, we're family first. We're family first, and then everything else comes, afterwards. That's what make everything grow, man. At the beginning of the season, we have a mandatory coaches meeting for each one of our coaches, and let them know our standards. And then we have a parents meeting and let them know our standards. You always run into the issue with these parents. Well, why my baby not getting on the field? We let them know. If you let them know up front, we always let them know up front. When we let them know up front, then come game 1, game 2, we always let them know, hey, you remember we had that meeting now,
Yeah.
So before they sign up and before they pay that money, they already know the Waco Southern Panthers standard. So we really don't have those issues. We're real big on loyalty, honesty, and then also retention. A lot of people or a lot of organizations, when they're out recruiting, we don't need to recruit, because our 6U go up to 8U, 8U go up to 10U, 10U go up to 12U. So the day of registration, early registration, we're just getting those parents, because we know what's coming up. Income tax is coming up. We need to have that $200 so they can pay that registration fee before June, right? So our roster is already filled up. It's already filled up. We might need 2 or 3 flag kids. Coach Joe on 12U, which is the head coach this year, I think he needs 1 12U kid. So we have registration early just to get that registration fee, that registration money. Man, we don't pay any kids fees or any of that. The only way we'll pay a kid fee is if we had like we just paid a kid's fee for 7-on-7, because mom had a heart attack, so we'll pay that fee. But when you start paying these kids fees, these parents feel the need not to bring them to practice, things of that nature. So when they pay that money, guess what? They're going to bring them to practice on a daily basis or whatever the case might be. So
they committed at that point. Ain't gonna waste my money. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey man, I done got a couple times.
Well, I stopped sponsoring kids.
I done got a couple times on that. I ain't even going. It ain't no names to be said, but you know, I think I got a couple times paying for kids, and then they didn't show up or ended up playing for somebody else.
Oh yeah. That's because they don't have nothing to lose. It ain't their money, so they haven't lost anything. So they're gonna do what they need to do. But then when you pay for something, you know what I mean. Then we already got your money, so it's either you're gonna bring them or not. Yeah. Right.
It's Hawthorne say you got skin in the game.
You got skin in the game, man. My boy Hawthorne, man.
All right, we're gonna go to the next one, man.
All right, hey, Coach, this should be a good one. What championship do you remember winning that means the most to you?
Oh man, that's too easy right there, man. Hey man, 2021, man, championship game. It was live. Everybody was seeing it. We was playing against the Killeen Coast Chiefs, man. It was a battle. It was a battle that game. That's 12U.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 12U. So it was a defensive battle. All game.
Either Korea.
I was still in Korea, getting ready to come back.
Yeah. They call it the 1 point game or the 30-second game. So they ended up scoring with 33 seconds in that game. So they on the sideline cheering. They, hey, it ain't over to the fat lady sings. That's what we always tell our kids. It ain't over to the fat lady sings. So knowing the kids that we had, Savar Nichols was the quarterback at the time. We had some great student athletes. D-Train, he was a wide receiver, running back. Lathan, we had a big line, man. So knowing the kids that we had, they was already ready for that type of situation. It was cold, raining. Savar threw his coat off. He said, "Let's go get it." 33 seconds, man. So they kicked the ball off. We had 50 yards to go. 50 yards to go in 33 seconds. First play, Savar dropped back, threw it to D-Train. He shook him, stepped out of bounds at like the 20-yard line. It was 6 seconds left in the game. He said, "Throw it back to me, man. I'm gonna make history." Threw it right back to him. Touchdown. The rest of it is history, man. You know what I mean? So it was a great, yeah. So they still talk about that game to this day.
Hey, man, you should have sent me a video of that. I would have liked to see that. I could have played that for everybody as you was talking about it.
Oh yeah, man. I got it, man. I got it. I got to go into my archives, but I do have it, man. But yeah, that was a great game. Shout out to the Chiefs, man. That we always told those guys, man. You gotta finish the game. You know what I mean? So I think that taught them the golden rule right there, man. 33 seconds, the game ain't over, man.
Well, we see that in college and NFL all the time. 33 seconds.
Yeah.
In Tom Brady hands is like 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah. So hey man, that was the biggest championship right there at the youth football level, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I hate I didn't get to see that damn game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
There we go, man. It's question number 4.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Give me your best recruiting pitch for the team that you coaching this coming season.
My best recruiting pitch, man. Like I say, man, it's all about family, man. If you want your kid to come in and not just learn football and just learn the statistics of being a student athlete and a great young man, come to the Waco Southern Panthers. We always, before our season start, we have a 6-week program. It's called Norm Not Academy. It's every Tuesday, and it lasts about an hour. We feed the kids, and it teaches them about leadership, about being great young men, of icebreakers, things of that nature before we even get the season started. We do that every year for our kids, not just the males, but the females also. So, once our parents see that, we start them off with that. And then, we feed the homeless during Thanksgiving. So we're not all about football. We teach them about being successful young men and young ladies, out, besides the sports.
See, Cleo, you think you slick. You think you slick. I like how you highlighted and brought the young ladies in there because
Oh yeah,
got daughters and sons, so you got to get the whole parent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. And it's not about football with us. We just sent our young ladies to Vegas this year also, man. They had a ball down there. I think they came back grand champs. When they came back, we threw a big pizza party for them, man. At I think it was one of the bowling alleys, got them some t-shirts and stuff made. So parents like to see that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So if a parent ever ask Coach Cleo, hey, where's my money going? Hey, ma'am, here go our books right here. Everything is paid for, So we asked our parents to pay $200, and that's from June all the way to January. So, and that pays for their registration fee, which is AAU. They get 2 uniforms. They get helmets, shoulder pads. We host a banquet at the end of the year. Our kids don't pay for any of that. The parents don't pay for any of that. All of our kids get. I don't know if you guys can see back here, but they get Southern Panther rings like that every year. Yeah. So when they pay that $200, that's what we putting that money towards for our kids. So, that's a banger right there.
Well, you put a lot of people on the hot seat with that rundown now, because people be selling tickets for banquets and
oh yeah, man. No, man, we do that too.
You talking about opening up books, people like that ain't none of your business.
Yeah, man. We actually do that to show the parents and the kids our appreciation from our organization and just giving back to them. We feed them real good. Bush's actually caters to them. So man, they have chicken tenders, chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, rolls, sweet tea, and then we have a chef that come in and do like the cakes and pies. We also have a guy that I ain't gonna tell you our guy, but we raffle off a lot of like autographed jerseys for our kids, and they don't pay for any of that. You know what I mean? So, we have a picture person come in, take a lot of pictures because that's memory, especially for the student athletes that are aging out. They're always gonna remember that. This year, I think Coach Gamble got his 8U kids some Letterman jackets. They did a little fundraiser to knock down the price on that, man. So, that's what we do, man, in this organization. So, the proof is in the pudding with our standards.
Well, that's a damn good recruiting pitch. I tell you that.
Yeah.
That's a damn good recruiting pitch. We're gonna get to this one. This is the bonus question right here. We're gonna bring a few more people on here with you. And then at the end of this, man, I'm because the podcast is called "You Can't Handle the Real."
Okay.
So I can get a little bit crazy sometimes when I be doing my little shows, man, and I like to have fun, have some laughs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the show, you're gonna give your "You Can't Handle the Real" statement as the first person to ever appear on the podcast.
Okay. That sounds good, boss.
Whatever you want to say at the end of the show, man, you're gonna have the floor. Put you on the big screen.
I got you.
But we're gonna put this other question up here, man. This is the last one, and this probably we're gonna bring some other people up here. But go ahead.
Coach, what you think about this college NIL, and do you believe it's a sustainable model?
Man, I'm kind of 50-50 on it right now, especially with my son getting ready to go to college here in the next 3 years. I want him to get a piece of that pie, and that's what we're working on right now on NIL early. They say the earlier the better. But I disagree to it because at the end of the day, the schools are still getting they're not paying out to the kids. You know, the boosters are pretty much paying out to them. So I'm kind of 50-50 right now on it.
Well, what you think about that, Hawthorne?
I'm kind of like with Cleo. The piggyback off what Cleo just said. I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I believe the best model of how if both have been in place was kind of like what Johnny Manziel was doing when he kind of created his own brand and he was able to sell his own jerseys. He was able to sell his own T-shirts. The kind of direction that is moving where student athletes is asking for money straight up off rip before they even touch the field in college.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of unusual. You know what I'm saying? That part's kind of unusual, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got their reasons why. But I like the fact of them actually putting money in their pockets. I think it's going to help college retention. But just like anything, there's always room for improvement. You know, it just started with, I think with NIL been around like a year, maybe a year and a half.
2 years.
So, you know,
2 years now. Officially.
Yeah, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
So I just kind of sit back and allow the powers to be, parents like Cleo, coaches like yourselves, and you know, everybody put their mind together and try to create the best platform. But it definitely was needed. I'm glad that it's here for the student athletes. But now we just gotta fine tune things and make it better.
All right, Cleo, what do you think?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna ask you.
No, go ahead.
What do you think about NIL being tied to the actual education? What? Because right now,
Well, right. But I don't see a need to have NIL tied to the education, because if you are D1 athlete, your education is paid for anyway when you get the scholarship. You know what I mean? So that NIL money that's the money that they need to, because like I say, that 1% again, 1% of is only going to the NFL. The rest of them after college, they not gonna make it to the NFL. So that's the money that is their NFL money.
So, all right, you got two things. You're talking about the football program, but they still playing for the institution itself. The football program does bring in revenue. That goes without saying. That's where the majority of the NIL push is coming from. But the kid is still representing the school when he's wearing the uniform, whether his name is on the back of the uniform or not. So, in my opinion, I think the NIL and the institution should kind of run parallel to each other, but not together. Where if you're getting NIL, and let's just say, and I think Hawthorne, we had this conversation the other day.
Mm-hmm.
If you get NIL and you're a freshman, you sign an NIL deal with the university, Tarleton University, for $50,000. That $25,000 of your first year is released to you through a trust fund over 12 months. That other $25,000 stays in that trust fund until you complete 2 years at that institution.
I like that. I do like that. I like that idea. Like that idea.
The reason why I think it should be that way is because you keep the student athlete profile under the NIL umbrella.
Yeah.
Because they're still kids, and if you give a kid, just like, and everybody's seen that Johnny Manziel interview with Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you give me $8 million, I'm for to spend $8 million.
Yeah.
You know, and on top of that, like you guys were saying, as far as what they get to make outside of that. So if MJ gets an NIL deal to the University of Texas for $50,000, all right, that's the school's NIL deal.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a trustee of the NIL program through the school. But when he signs his NIL deal, he's signing a two-year NIL deal for $50,000 as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
If he decides to transfer after his freshman year, that other 25 that's in the trust, he doesn't get that. He can just transfer out.
Yeah.
So you're still not locking the kid in there, but you're only going to get that 25. But if you want this other 25, you're going to have to do 2 years, which in 2 years you get a what? Associate's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So you at least have an associate's degree after you leave after your sophomore year or your redshirt year.
Mm-hmm.
If you redshirted your freshman year, then you just a freshman. You got your 50 grand, and if you want to transfer, you can transfer. But you transfer with an associate's degree from the institution that you initially signed with.
Yeah.
Now,
I
like that. For the parents, if outside of that, MJ can have other NIL deals, but the only person that can negotiate NIL deals for MJ is me and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
No one else can negotiate. If somebody else wants to do, it has to go through the parents, because that FAFSA form, whose social security numbers on that FAFSA form? The parents.
Yeah.
So technically, the parents are already on paper as being their contract officers, because they're all of that stuff is going through the parents' financial records. So if they want to do a deal with somebody wants to lease them a car or something like that, then the car dealership has to negotiate that with the parents, and then the kid can get the car.
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, just like you guys do your program, when a kid signs this 2 year 50 grand NIL deal, the college itself is responsible for holding a class for those parents at that point to tell them, hey, you are now the operating agent NIL wise for your child outside of what the school does. So anything that happens outside of that can't interfere with his school NIL deal. So you can't sign a 5-year deal with somebody because he only has a 2-year deal with the school. So you can't, if you're going to do anything outside of that, it has to be 2 years only. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that idea.
And the school lets them know that. So now you don't have other people preying on the kid or anything like that. Right. Now, if the parents opt out of it and they get their kids into something, then that's on the parents at that point. You can't come after the kid, the parents. And that's why you give them that class in education and let them know the left and right limits. This is what you can do with his NIL. This is what you can't do with his NIL. But he's getting $25,000 of 12-month payments, and the other 25 is going to be held in a trust. And when he completes his associate's degree, the other 25 he'll get a lump sum at the end. And that's on top. That's outside of getting his his stipend from his full ride to Tarleton State or wherever he's at.
Yeah.
And any other NIL deals that he's getting.
Yeah.
I just think that's sustainable for both NIL and the whole transfer portal thing. I think it slows it down a little bit. Yeah.
I like that idea, but I don't think I like that idea, but I don't think that it's going anywhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? I read a story the other day. One of the coaches said, he said his third string running back came into the office and asked for $100,000.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. So man, when you got a third string running back coming in requesting that type of money, what do? You know what I mean?
I tell them go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get it here. I can't stop you from going to get it.
Can't stop you from getting it, man, but you ain't gonna get that here.
Third string running back, man. You special teams, man. You ain't even touching the field, brother. You want $100,000. Boy, that's crazy.
That's what it's going to, and all of the conversations where you hear online and you read it, and that ruling that they just had with Tennessee and I forgot the other school, it's going to a free market for these players. So at some point they're going to unionize and they're going to become subcontractors of the schools that they're associated with.
It's going to get
that's what they're not going to be direct employees of the school, because that Title IX thing and all that other stuff is going to get in the way of that, but they're going to become subcontractors of the school. And that's going to open up a whole nother can of shit, because then you're going to have kids filing tax returns. And Uncle Sugar going to want to come get a part of that.
Immediately.
Because that's what they're not talking about right now with these kids getting this money. Well, how much of that's going to Texas?
Texas.
Yeah.
If you offer a kid at Tennessee $5 million out of NIL, but the money is going through a nonprofit organization that they say it's nonprofit.
Yeah.
You're giving a kid $10 million. Well, somebody's profiting there.
But even that even that nonprofit got to drop a 1099 on that money.
Yeah.
Everything got to be recorded and tracked. So it'd be unfortunate for that child, that student athlete, and the parents if they ain't got the right financial education to understand what's going to be required of them once they receive that money. It can make sugar turn to real quick. It can make sugar turn to real quick, boy.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a problem.
So I told my son
if they're not prepared.
Yeah, when the NCAA first started giving out those stipends, and my son was over there at LSU, I told him, I'm like, hey, bro, you better start learning about taxes. He was like, oh, yeah, they didn't put me on it because Uncle Sam, at the end of the day, all he going to do is this. You can say whatever you want.
Because first thing Uncle Sam would do, he go after the school. Then the school would be like, we 1099 it to them.
We just gave them the money. They got to figure that out on the back end.
Some of them schools.
But I think that's where they tricking the kids at, though. I think that's what you don't hear about some of these NIL deals and the wrap around it is there's a lot of bad NIL deals out there that are starting to come out.
Yeah.
And kids are starting to sue them to where they almost kind of sign those deals under distress.
Yeah.
And trying to get out and still keep the money on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Well, now you got a predatory lawyers that's basically giving them quote unquote cash advances, and now they're acting like big dollar cash places, the car title places.
Oh, the car title,
yeah. You got these big time lawyers. They're becoming. It's a couple of instances they have already spoken about that. Becoming extremely predatory on these athletes, man. It's like
everybody's doing the same thing the agents do at the NFL draft, run them that money so they can get them a nice suit, get them some shine, some nice jewelry. When once they get the contract, lawyer just like Uncle Sam.
So instead of an agent, you got a lawyer who's stepping in a place where agent would be. So that's the loophole. He ain't an agent, he a lawyer. But he doing the same thing like an agent would do, and becoming even more predatory because he know the law from the top to the bottom. He done been to school for 8 years for it. It's tough out there.
Go ahead, Kassan. What you got your hand raised?
No, I don't have nothing. I'm having Sunday dinner. I don't even know how I got invited on here.
Get your ass out of here.
Hey, Cleo, while I got you here real quick, and we still talking because we still got another audience, even though we feel like we're talking to ourselves. From the who is give me about 3 names of some of your favorite Southern Panther athletes who recently done moved on, who done moved on from out of the organization in middle school and what they currently doing now.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna name you a couple of them. Just to get on one, since they say I'm a daddy ball coach, since they say I'm a daddy ball coach, I'm gonna say it worked well for me. I'm gonna speak on my son right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's Devontae D-Train Kirkland, man. He's a freshman right now at Waco University. He aged out about 3 years ago, and he had a great year playing varsity this year, this past season.
As
a freshman, man, he got a second team all district, and then I was real big on camps. I played at the next level, so I kind of, I always try to tell people to follow my lead. I'm gonna try to get them there. Everybody has their own way they want to go. So we went camping last year. You know, we went camping last year, and we hit 8 camps up. So we hit up Texas State, Texas Tech, Baylor. We hit up Houston Baptist Christian. So a couple of camps. So last year he got his first offer at a camp, which was Texas State. They signed him on the spot. He went against a 4-star receiver out of Stiblo Steel. And they offered him on the spot last year as an 8th grader coming into the 9th grade. So he had a varsity season this year, and then recently he done picked up 6 offers, 6 D1 offers. We all know that they non-committable. We all know they non-committable right now, but we already ahead of the 8 ball. You
way far ahead of the
name on the radar. Boy, your name on the radar, big time.
Name is on the radar. He getting the write-ups. So these college coaches, they get into these kids early. They really are. So he's one of them. We have another freshman. You guys know Lathan Wissington. He's out at Midway High School. He actually came from the Chiefs to Waco. He came. I got him when he was 8 years old. He aged out of the program.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story about him. I'll tell y'all a story about that young man. When I first seen him, right? What was the name of that school where we used to always play our games at? Union Grove.
Union Grove.
Or the light there. There you go. The light back up here.
This is flag game. Young man, Larry was back in the back because they had to step away for flag.
Yeah.
One of our kids, I forgot who it was, broke out. We were gone. And Lathan just sitting there playing in the grass. Larry's like, hey, go get it. He looked around. I'm talking about, look. He ran that kid down 50 yards.
Oh yeah.
Yard line.
Oh yeah.
Never seen no shit like that before.
Yeah, man.
I said, I'd never forget that for the rest of my life, dude. I was like, how? I'm talking about the kid was sitting there playing in the grass.
Oh, I know.
Wasn't paying attention.
I can't coach flag, but I love to watch him play.
Oh yeah, man. He's a great kid, man. Great kid, great family, man. He was a blessing from the Chiefs, man. I got him when he was 8. He aged out. He actually started mid-season with Midway, 6A school here in Waco, man. Had some great numbers. And he actually got offensive player of the year, this year.
Wow.
And he has 2 offers that he picked up, as a true freshman. So that's 2 guys, and we have I don't know if you guys remember Man. He aged out. Jabari Thornton. They call him Man. He actually he was at Midway, then he went to La Vega. He's a senior this year. He'll be going to Texas State this year as an athlete. Yeah, so we have so many success stories, man, and that's what it's about. Trying, the number one, how DeSoto say they DeSoto University, man. We're all about scholarships, man. You know what I mean? That's the number one goal for us: scholarships, getting these kids free education at the end of the day.
That's one of the other things I want to start doing too, though. That part. I want to start highlighting them kids in their senior year and where they're going and putting them up here. And if they want to come on, talk about whatever, you know what I'm saying, the process, so that way other kids can see it, parents can see it.
Yeah, because the process has changed quickly.
The parents need to hear that, from kids that are actually going through. That's invaluable information. So if any of them kids at any time, is willing to come on the platform and talk about the recruiting process, what they're going through right now, within, not to break any rules and no craziness like that, but we got to get them on here, or at least put the information out there so that way people can see these kids are actually being developed at a young age and being people are not forgetting about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
That's what
I think that was a real key emphasis that Cleo just put right there of how these kid was 8 years old and they kept the relationship. They kept their connection all the way, not only through high school, but moving them on out to college. And the Southern Panthers are still there. And I visually have seen them going to all their games and everything. Southern Panthers will show up to their high school games with numbers to support people that was alumni through their organization, man. That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So when he say family, he ain't joking, man. They mean it.
Yeah, man. And you know, another thing, man, when those kids age out, when they get to high school, man, you'll actually, if you come during the summertime, you know, before they get their spring football, their summer football, you'll actually see them at the practices, man. They're coming out, helping out, talking to some of the kids, walking them through the drills, man. You'll see anywhere from 10 to 12 of them, man. They come out every year, man, every year. And it's a blessing to see those kids give back to the younger kids. And I always stop practice, have all of them huddle up, and then I actually have those kids come and talk and let them know their story, what got them through the Waco Southern Panthers, and then what they got to do to get to where they at.
That is part of the fundamental steps of leadership development, man.
Continuity at its finest, man. That's continuity right there.
Like, for a young man to be able, because a lot of people, even grown-ups, can't stand in front of another group of people and talk.
Yeah.
That's hard for a lot of people to actually be able to do.
It's hard for a lot.
So for a young man to be able to get that early before they even get out there and have to do it in front of their peers, they get that practice with kids. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
They need to get that practice.
They need to get that practice. They need to be able to talk and show presence. Like, that's always a good thing. Like I'm 100% for us showing young men how to be good men of good standing and good stature. I'm all about that. You know, we bullshit around, we joke, we do all of that stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we in this community need to start producing a better product that's out here in these streets.
It's getting away. It's getting away from when we grew up.
Yep.
I'm a couple of years above you guys. I'm 50, about to be 51. When I grew up, man, we had after school programs. We had coaches that coached you in junior high school. We're over here at the park coaching the little league stuff. A lot of guys, it's thinning out the crowd that actually does everything that we're talking about. We have coaches. We have the coaches, but it's the focus that we need to bring back, that community love. Whereas, young man out there being a young man and sometimes forgetting what he's being taught and how to be mature and not be goofy or silly or
the thing, though,
optimistic.
The thing, though, T,
is what?
You got, we are a group of volunteers at the youth football level. None of us are getting paid to do this.
Yeah, I got that.
No, hear me out. When we stopped coaching as much as we did, you started getting some of these younger guys that are not, their focus is not on bettering the young man.
Yes.
And I know you're starting to see them guys on the sidelines, Cleo.
Yeah.
And it's bringing down the level of good youth football that we see over the last 2 to 3 years. The discipline, the dedication, they focus is not on those kids, and they bringing bullshit out there with those kids that shouldn't be out there with those kids.
I think Cleo hit a real strong point that I think that may got overlooked. I think something that probably youth football need more of is more older guys, the 30 and above crew. You know what I'm saying? It's natural that the younger guys want to jump involved because they kid, they associated with their kid. But even Cleo saying, you know what? He said, when I got older into this thing, then it becomes to the realization of what's really important. And then, like you said, even his mindset adjusted. So maybe within organizations, people have to start maybe taking heed on that. You know what I'm saying? Like really observe that. And being a parent might not be good enough. Being, you might have played ball. You might be an awesome parent. But that might not be enough to be a coach for this organization. So one thing about the Southern Panthers, they done kept good coaches and keep good coaches for a long period of time, and you got to earn your way to get a part of their staff. You just ain't gonna show up and be. You just can't show up and be on their stand because your boy can ball and you used to ball in high school. It takes more than that to where they at. It takes more than that to where they at. So every organization and the leaders of the organization need to take heed of that. Like, okay, what's the maturity level of this person, and do we really want this person to represent our organization?
Yeah. And then another thing about our org, man, like our flag coach, man, he don't have a kid in the organization. He don't have a son at all, and he's been the flag coach for the last 6 years. Our 8U coach, his son plays on the 6U team, so he's up on 8U level, and so on. Coach Joe's son, he's 12U coach. He been playing 10U. You know what I mean? Under me, so none of our coaches or our head coaches, they don't have a kid on that team. And we most of my coaches, they've been loyal in the program for years, man. You know what I mean? And they not going anywhere. We might shuffle them around wherever they need it. If they say, "Oh no, I'm not going there," okay, well, we don't need you, sir. We got a waiting list, of coaches that are ready to rock and roll. And I'm keeping it real,
can wear a hat, man. Hey, not everybody can wear a hat.
You got to keep it real,
Damn, Cleo, shoot people, man. Shoot.
Oh, man, Hey, y'all know my motto. It ain't personal, it's business, man.
Hey, man, business, man. It's business.
Exactly.
Hey, the Waco Southern Panthers is a business, man. It's a business.
With that business, go right there, bro. Thank you for that. Man, ain't no harm, no foul, but understand.
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
Hey, man. Hey, with that, man, we're gonna get to these party shots, man. Coach Cleo, go ahead and give us your real party shot, man.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Coming into 2024. Hey, man, we always said that whatever don't go, it's gonna grow. You know what I mean? So, man, hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I appreciate all the volunteers, man. These men out here that's giving back to these youth, even though we don't get paid to do this. It's never about the money, man. It's never been about the money with me or any of my coaches, man. Man, I appreciate my wife for just having my back. You know what I mean? Because we dish out money to these kids, to these organizations, man, to make sure that it continues to grow. You know what I mean? Because without us, it ain't no them. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all having us on, man. If y'all ever needed anything from us, from the Waco Southern Panthers, man, y'all got my phone number. We'll phone call away, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for sure, right, man. We're gonna have you back on, man. We got some other coaches stuff that we're gonna try and put together, man. You can't complain about something and then not have some type of way to circumvent it or close that gap. So we're gonna try and put good information out here on this channel for some of these coaches on defenses, offensive schemes, actual teaching personnel concepts, because I know some of these guys think formations is what these kids go get to high school and college. It ain't gonna never be no formations. It's all personnel packages. 21 personnel. 21 personnel. And a lot of them don't know this. So we want to be able to put that information in these guys' heads. Like I said, when I did the promotion for the page, you ain't got to say that you got it from me. Just give it to those kids after you listen to it. Because they need it.
Yeah.
All right, man. With that being said, Cleo, man, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday, man. I'm finna get ready for my next Zoom meeting, man. Hey, I'm on the Waco University Booster Club. If you guys not on the Booster Club, get on the Booster Club at your local school district, man.
Hey,
All
MJ
right.
just 16 months old, man. I got to look.
Hey, you can get
Hey,
in early,
jump on there
man.
early, man.
Yeah, hey, I know Shoemaker, Ellison, Kangaroo, some Chaparral, one of them schools need a Booster Club member, man. You know what I mean?
I don't
And you're
live out
doing
the
a
way, man.
oh man, hey, Nolanville or Hawker Heights, Carpus Cove. Hey, get on the Booster Club, man. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm hollering.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh, there you go, man. It's your
What's going
party
on,
shot
man?
for the night, man. Your party shots for the night.
Hey, man, my parting shot, man. Hey, man, we appreciate everything that you and your team is currently doing, how y'all set this up, giving a very professional platform to get coaches engaged, even more so in the community, and the community more engaged with the youth football coaches of the area, man. We can't wait for the other topics that you got going on, man. You definitely got me locked in. So y'all brothers keep it up, man, and we're going to keep growing this thing.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna grow it up, man. We're gonna grow it up. Appreciate you coming on. You know, you're always welcome. We got the defensive episode next week, 3-4 defense. We done already had some prior conversations about that. We're gonna have I gotta send it to Coach Poncho. I think that's who was on there, wasn't it?
Let
Coach
me see. We got Coach Poncho, Coach Will from Chiefs, and Coach K-Side.
Yeah, Coach
episode 2.
All right. Hey, man, I definitely be on. I'm definitely trying to learn something new. Teach me something, brother.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try to, man. We're gonna try to. We're gonna get these.
We're gonna open it up. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. Man.
Extra smart people, man, in here that coach good defense at the youth level and have some good conversations that hopefully some other coaches and parents can kind of follow, so that way when their kids get out there, they can ask the right questions, and that's what it's all about. Right. A more informed parent can make a more informed decision, and that's what we're trying to put out there.
Most definitely.
All right, man.
All right, man. Hey, y'all stay safe out there, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bet. Kassan still got his ass in the lobby.
Huh?
Running around. Hey, man, go ahead and say your last piece, man. We close down episode 1.
Man, so last piece. We're gonna get it done, man. Just a lot of good topics coming up. Great show. Had Cleo, got Coach Cleo on. A couple other guys didn't come on. Hey, man, that's your issue. We're going to get it popping because parents need to know this information. I went through the recruiting process with my son. Of course, I know y'all can see the jersey in the background. It's going to be a little bit more prominent. I offered to share the information. Nobody wanted to ring my line, so we're going to put it on this platform and get and touch people from different areas, man, so we can get this information out there for these parents and these student athletes to know. So once these kids get up to that level, nobody can take advantage of them. What? I'm good. Next episode, we're gonna get better.
Hey, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna get better, man. This has been the first episode of You Can't Handle the Real. Just know we all about being as authentic as possible, man. Have some fun, have some laughs, man. You can't be too serious all the time, man. Life is a short race that is ran real fast, man. So enjoy the time that you got here. Love your loved ones, and make sure you hug your kids and tell them that you love them. Life comes at you fast, man. And with that being said, y'all have a good night, man. God bless.